Welcome, boys, to our series on Birchas Hanehenin, which we're going to call the Birchas Master. At the end of these 10 weeks that we have left our school year, those of you who are joining this extracurricular program will be pretty much a master in the basics of the halachas on brachas that we make before and after eating foods. These are called Birchas Hanehenin, the bracha of those who have pleasure, because when we eat from Hashem's world, we're having pleasure from His world, and it's only fitting that we should make a bracha before we eat. This program is extracurricular. That means it's optional for grades 6, 7, and 8. It's going to be posted on Tuesdays and Thursdays after the day ends officially, which is about 2:30 or 2:45. The Birchas Hanehenin material will go up in our special Birchas Hanehenin class, which you've all been invited to. And those of you who accepted the invitation can see this video. And as you'll see posted, is going to be a very clear schedule and outline of what we're going to be covering each lesson. I've divided the Birchas Hanehenin into 16 lessons, 5 units. 3 of the units have 4 lessons, 2 of the units have 2 lessons each. And we're going to cover many of the different areas of Hilchos Brachos. We can't cover every detail of everything, but we'll cover as much as we can on a basic level of all the details. And you'll see this posted on the Google Classroom. Unit 1 will be the general brachos. Unit 2 will be about mixtures of food, etc., etc. The way it's going to work is there's going to be a pre-recorded video of myself teaching. Part of it is going to be text-based. That means we're going to be learning text inside. We're going to choose selected halachas from the Alter Rebbe's Seder Birchas Hanehenin, which he wrote as part of his Siddur. And I understand that some of you may not have it at home. I'm going to post the text. It's going to be on the screen during the video. After the video, which will include text-based and also lots of discussion and talking, there's going to be a review material immediately following the class, a review exercise. Sometimes we'll use one app, sometimes we'll use another app. Sometimes I'll ask you to fill out questions manually. And that will ensure that you right away you're retaining that which we are learning that day. At the end of every unit, which means after 4 classes, so today we're not going to start, today is Tuesday, but we're just going to start with this welcome. So we're going to start Thursday, Tuesday, Thursday, Tuesday. After those 4 classes, there's going to be a general quiz covering the entire unit. And those of you who will score an 85 or over on this quiz will be immediately eligible for a number of raffles on some pretty good prizes, which we're going to deliver straight through Amazon to your home. So that's going to be 4 times, because Unit 1 is 4 lessons, Unit 2 is 4 lessons, Unit 3 and 4 are 2 lessons each, that's another 4 lessons, and Unit 5 is an additional 4 lessons. So we'll have a total of 4 quizzes, which will, if you get an 85 or over, you'll be immediately entered into a raffle for special prizes. Additionally, any boy who will maintain an average of 90 or over on all of the quizzes put together will automatically receive a prize. Be'ezras Hashem, it's going to be a set of Sfarim valued at a great price. So again, 85 score or over on every quiz automatically entered into the raffle for Amazon prizes. 90 average over all the 4 quizzes is going to get you automatic prize. Additionally, for those who will want, there's going to be one big general test for all the Brachas masters. And Be'ezras Hashem will be able to incorporate some kind of live competition between the masters. Those of you who will take that additional test, covering all of Birchas Hanehenin's laws that we've learned, will get an additional automatic prize if you score at a certain amount, which we will announce later as the time gets closer. So that is the basic outline as far as the program as it's coming up. A tiny bit of background to what we're going to be learning. The Alter Rebbe wrote a Shulchan Aruch. In his Shulchan Aruch, he incorporates every single halacha that's relevant to day-to-day life with its reasons. That was the special chiddush, the special unique aspect of the Alter Rebbe Shulchan Aruch, that he gave reasons for every halacha. Because he gave reasons for every halacha, many times he also had to bring down different opinions. This opinion holds this opinion holds that, maybe a third opinion sometimes, always in the end deciding the halacha, but it wasn't written as a guide. It wasn't written as an instruction manual that you just open up and say, this is what I do, boom, boom, boom. For certain areas of halacha, the Alter Rebbe decided that he wanted to write much more concise, that means short and clear instruction guides, so that people could just open it up and boom, see what to do. One of those areas was Hilchas Birchas. Originally, the Alter Rebbe wrote what's called Luach Birchas Hanehenin, the Birchas Hanehenin board. We don't know why this is called the board, but many assume that that's because when the Alter Rebbe wrote it, it used to hang in shuls on a board, so that anybody could see it when they wanted to. 12 prakim, 12 short prakim of all the halachas of brachas, straightforward, easy to read, and clear. This was called the Luach Birchas Hanehenin, the board of Birchas Hanehenin. Later on in the Alter Rebbe's life, the Alter Rebbe made a siddur which was based on many, many different siddurim, but fundamentally on this nusach of the Arizal. He picked out the best and choicest nusach for us to daven, and in the siddur he also wrote instructions that accompany the way we daven and accompany different halachas of our life. So for example, some halachas of tefillin are in the siddur, some halachas of brachas in the morning are in the siddur, some halachas of benching are in the siddur, some halachas of sfiras ha'omer we're counting now are in the siddur. And in the back of the siddur, the Alter Rebbe made a section for brachas. And this time, he revised. That means he went over again, and he added, and he took away some things. And this was going to be the final product, the final instruction manual for making brachas before and after eating food. This was called Seder Birchas Hanehenin. He printed it as part of the siddur, and even today, if you have one of the older siddurim, you can find it in the back of your siddur. But over the years, it's also been printed separately as a book, Seder Birchas Hanehenin. This is the Alter Rebbe's final decisions on every area of making brachas before and after food, as well as all types of other brachas that we'll be learning about in the coming lessons. That's the text that we're going to be using to study the halachas of brachas. The Alter Rebbe's final psak, final decision in these areas. Of course, when we talk about clarifying modern day things that we have today, some foods that we have today that didn't exist in the olden days, some types of mixes that we make today that didn't exist in the olden days, we'll have to apply modern halacha. And for that, I'll let you know what the Rabbanim today say, and we'll also be watching some videos of maybe how foods are made so that we can understand how different foods are made and why the brachas have changed. So all in all, it's going to be a very exciting, interactive type of learning. And as I said before, the Alter Rebbe's Seder Birchas Hanehenin will be the basis for what we'll be doing. And so I'm looking forward to having a great, great semester with each of you, covering all the halachas that we need to know about brachas, each of you becoming a brachas master in your own right. And Be'ezras Hashem, I look forward to seeing each of you succeed beyond expectation, make it through the entire thing, scoring those scores and getting all those prizes. Have a great day.